Hi boat builders, Larry Lalone with Geodesic Aerolite Boats again. Today we're going to talk about how to actually skin your boat, how to put the Dacron on it. And there's a lot of downtime in this video, so we'll probably do it in three steps just to make it a little bit easier and to cut down on our production time here. If you remember when we talked about running and sizing the Kevlar, if you remember, there were little tabs of heat and bond on all of these, and also this section of the gunnel right here had been taped off, so there's no varnish on it. You'll put painter's tape on the gunnel, you'll put painter's tape around the stem. The rest of the boat gets varnished, including the top of the keelson. Everything else gets varnished. So once you've peeled off all those little tabs of heat and bond, then you'll run another piece of heat and bond from here all the way down the gunnel, all the way to the other end. And we've already taken most of it off, so we left some on just to show. And then you also will run heat and bond all the way around the stem and all the way down the keelson on top of the varnish in this case. So at this point this stuff sometimes doesn't cooperate, so we'll try and get the tape off, the paper backing. Coming off pretty well. And we'll take off this piece along the keelson, and we'll take off this little piece here. Now the other side's already been done, and we've actually already attached a good bit of the other side. This is what I was hoping to avoid was we'll come back and finish that between videos. Okay, so once you've got all that peeled and you've got all the heat and bond ready to go, you drape your fabric, and then your first step is to attach the Dacron to the keelson. The reason you do that is because if you don't do that first, when you go to pull it down and attach it on this side, you see it'll just pull it on the other side. So it'll just pull it back and forth. So you attach it down the keelson all the way down first, down to about here. And if you notice, as you're doing that, the heat of the iron will actually shrink and cause this right here. That's not a problem, that's the way it's supposed to look. Don't worry about it. So now we've got the iron heated up here, and you'll be doing a lot of this. You'll be doing a lot of this sort of petting the boat as you go along. And you come right about to here, and you should have been working with the heat and bond enough at this point to know that you have kind of a waxy feel coming through it. You should be able to tell that it's well attached. So at this point, the entire keelson has been done on this boat. It's been done from right about here on this end to right about there on the other end. Now, the fabric's been draped over the boat. I drape the fabric I usually leave it for a couple hours. You don't have to do that, I just think it helps, and I'll usually put a couple clamps on there just to get a little weight, and then every once in a while come back down and sort of look for wrinkles and creases. You're going to have some, but I'm going to show you how to take them out. Now, when you're going to start in the middle, and I think a lot of people make the mistake of pulling this down tight. There's no reason to pull it down tight because all you're doing is making the wrinkles further away when you're pulling worse. So pick a spot that's got a crease or a wrinkle in it. Try and minimize the crease or the wrinkle. And then just don't pull it, just kind of get it where it needs to be. And then just melt that and attach it. And you're going to work your way down through. The worst part of the boat is the middle 4 or 5 feet right here. This is where you're going to have most of your issues. And you can see I got wrinkles right here. So what you're doing is you're kind of just moving those wrinkles out of the way so they don't become creases later on. And attaching this, just melting it. You see the wrinkles right there. Now on this side of the boat, I'm trying to show you how to do it right, where you don't have a lot of wrinkles. The other side's already done. I put a lot of wrinkles in there just to show you how to get them out in case you do have them. See, this is going to be a crease right here. Not a big deal. You put some heat on it, shrinks it out. And once you do a couple feet this way, you're going to go back and do a couple feet the other way. Maybe swing around on the other side there. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to look for where you've got a wrinkle started, and you're going to pull out just a little bit of the wrinkle and start attaching it to the gunnel. You see I'm not pulling on this really. I had a wrinkle right there, so I'm going to try and smooth that wrinkle out a little bit. Same thing down here. Now at some point you're going to have a wrinkle that just has to be dealt with, but try and keep that to a minimum just by moving them further down the boat. Now, this is probably more ironing than you need to see, but I want to make sure everybody feels comfortable with what we're trying to do here. Now, you can see the way it's starting to pull that direction. That's not a big deal. That's the way it's supposed to go. The Dacron at this point is trying to go this way, and that way at the same time. You're taking something that's very stiff and straight and trying to make it go 3 different directions, so it's going to fight you a little bit. And again, you can see the way I'm just trying to pull these wrinkles out. Now, a lot of people ask what the iron temperature is supposed to be. I don't know. All irons are different. My 2 irons I have here both have a cotton linen setting, and I put it kind of in the middle of the cotton and linen setting, and it seems to work pretty well. All right, so you can see right here, there's some wrinkles in there, and set this down. And that's how you get started doing this. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and cut off now.